Hello creator, welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. I'm Robin Schmidt and I'm an independent Couture designer here to share with you my love of creating with Couture's reusable silkscreen transfers, Chalkology paste, and more. Today we're going to work on a Halloween sign. I don't think I've done much Halloween yet this season. I don't think so. So I thought let's throw in a little Halloween today to finish out the week. And we're going to work on our 16-inch round, which I don't want to pick it up because I got it placed just right. I don't have an extra one, but it's the 16-inch round. It has the gorgeous stain on it. I did sand this side down just to see what it looked like if I buffed off some of the coloring. It just kind of lightened it up. I didn't go down too deep into the wood. But I was just messing around when I had my sander and just wanted to see. So if it looks a little lighter, that's why. And once I get my markings done, I'll pick it up and I'll show you the this other side, which has not been sanded down, to show you. But so we're going to do a beware sign, and we're going to work with this new one called Beware and Happy Halloween, appropriately. We're just going to use the beware part and this beautiful crow. I can't wait to apply him to him. And we're also going to use another transfer, which I'll share with you in a moment. But today we're going to mask off a strip to put across here in black. So I'm getting ready to measure that, and we want it deep enough that the beware will fit into it, but the crow is going to go underneath it. So I needed to allow room for the crow, which is about, I think he was close to 5 inches from top to bottom. And so I needed to allow that space in here, and then enough space for a beware. Okay, so I've kind of measuring that off. I don't even want to pick up my ruler because I got it right where I want it to be. So I'm pretty sure it was 5 inches for the crow, and beware, it's about close to that, 4.5 to 5. So I talked before about how to make sure you get these guys nice and level. I always put the hole, there's a hole in the top of the round, right in the intersection of 2 major inch lines, and then come down and then get it laying exactly symmetrical on both sides, so you know that you're level. This one's throwing me off because the grain lines are going up a little bit, so I keep thinking that I have it not on the level, but it is. It just, the visual looks like it's not, so it's kind of bugging me a little bit. But I need to come up, I think I'm coming up almost 5 inches, 5.25 inches, and I'm going to follow that same line across. Let's see, where am I at? I need to come up two. So right in there is going to be the bottom of my band that's going across. And that should allow for plenty of room for my crow to fit in here. Actually, I could come down a little bit more because I don't necessarily need to have the beware part any higher than what it already is, than what it needs to be, I should say. So I'm making sure from this point to the bottom of my circle that I can have room for my crow, and it looks like I do. Okay. And then you want to measure the tallest part of the word beware, and it's just a little over 4 inches. So I'm probably going to go like 4.5 inches up from here to lay the other piece of tape so I can paint this black in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4.5. And I can just follow my tape along there. I don't need that guy in there. Oh man. Moved my dude. Also, I can line it up with the tape. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And 4.5. Okay, let's press that down tight. So we put our black paint in there. I'm going to use Fusion Mineral Paint. You can use any black paint. You can even use your black chalk paste if you want to. But I'm just going to take a brush that in here. I'm going to see if I'm on okay. See who's joining me today. Here we are. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Vicky. Sherry. Hello, hello, hello to Lisa. Candace. Cute hair. Oh, yeah, I didn't wash it yet today, so it's not looking its best, but oh well. Good morning, Karen, but thank you, Beth, and good morning, Louise. Where did you find that pad? This pad is from Couture. We have this in our accessories. It's awesome. So you can grab it all right there. Couture is really working on making everything you need right here on our website, so you don't even have to go to a craft store. With our surfaces and our tools. Like I said, you can paint with your chalk paste. But I just love this paint, so I tend to use it. Primer and sealer in it. You know, kind of hard to break old habits, maybe. I'm gonna pick that up because I don't want to get paint on my mat, which I seem to be doing. There we go. Pick that up and bring it over on this side. Yeah, so it's Friday, y'all. Can you believe it? We don't really decorate a lot for Halloween. I do now more because the grandkids. I have like a little Halloween village that lights up and has like spooky sounds to it and everything, and they get a kick out of that. So I try to get that out. Okay, let's put a little dry time on this. I'm going to start using my old chalk paste that dried up and painted. There you go. I may not even put a second coat on. I mean, it's covered pretty well, but I might want it to look more aged and worn, and so I'm thinking I might leave it with just the one coat. Once I get a good look at it here. Good morning, Denise. Actually, it covered really well. It doesn't really need a second coat, even if I thought I needed to. It doesn't. So this is the round. This is I did not sand this side down. I did this side just to see what it would look like if I sanded it down. It just actually made it a little bit more rough because I had a rough sandpaper on it, but it'll be fine. We're gonna pick this up. We got our black stripe across here. Kind of has that farmhouse vibe, but it's not gonna look overly farmhouse when we get done. Maybe a Halloween farmhouse. Okay. I always want to make sure I got this on tight. All right. So we got that. Now I'm going to wax now because this is really rough wood because I sanded it, and it's always recommended to wax our wooden surfaces. And I'm going to use, you could use either natural or the stain. Either one. I'm going to use the stain just to kind of, maybe that'll darken that back up a little bit. It doesn't really matter. But I definitely want to put wax on this before I put my transfer on it. I got a little bit of black paint. Ah, it's on my hand. See how well it comes off here. Not too bad. I had paint on my hands and it got on my board, but it came off pretty good. Better dry that. Okay, back to waxing. This rough wood, since I sanded it, is really absorbing in that paste, that wax. I'm really liking these rounds. I think they may be out of stock right now, but they're coming back, obviously. And I made the two with the gnomes on them, and people were like, oh, I missed the gnomes, because they're out of stock right now. But they're coming back, don't worry. They're coming back in August. I think maybe about the 3rd week or so. I can almost guarantee they were ordered a long time ago. It's just that they are stuck somewhere on a boat or in the shipping somewhere. Okay. All right. So we got the wax on that. Now I'm going to kind of reverse back. I'm going to start with my crow. And then I'm going to do the background transfer behind it. And I haven't showed you what that is yet because I'm keeping it a little secret. Just a little bit. We're going to put the crow on first, right down here. The crow from this. Ooh, here it is. Ugh. First time opening this envelope, it's pretty tight. Good adhesive on it. All right, let's cut this piece in half. These also work perfectly with our 6x18 surfaces. We have a box frame and we have an Odette. Even our lumbar pillows. These transfer sizes work perfect on that. And of course, it's a little bit too wide for going all across the round here. but beware what's going to go up here. And as you can see, it doesn't quite fit the whole thing on there. So I'm going to put the crow down here. I'm going to lay this way. And I'm going to put this backer back on it just so I don't have to fight it while I'm placing my crow. So I can just put it like that and just have the crow exposed. And I am going to put a little bit of fuzz on him. See how sticky he is. He's not too sticky. And of course, I'm going to put him in black. I might put him in the shimmer shadow, which is the black shimmer. Put him. I'm going to line this up so I can get it nice and level. Somehow. There, like that. I can line it up on this line. Something like this. This just kind of gives you my center here, just to give me an idea where I'm at. Come down a little bit more. Okay. Our crow here, and I'm going to pull out my shimmer shadow. It's going to be a little sparkly. Make sure he's stuck down good. How many of you decorate, like, love Halloween? Is just love to decorate for Halloween? Are you big Halloween persons? Are you scary Halloween, or do you like cutesy Halloween? Or you don't like Halloween at all? I'm not like, I like the cutesy, even though our village is kind of creepy, but it still looks neat. Cute Halloween, says Leanne. All right, let's pull this guy up. There's our crow, our shimmer crow. We'll be using this Beware after a bit. All right, let's dry him up. Scary. Vicky likes scary Halloween. Really? You put like tombstones and stuff. You do like yard decor for Halloween. Do you like the big blow-ups, or like more scary, like tombstones and skeletons and all that kind of stuff? Just flew a few blocks down from our house. This yard does a huge, and it's almost all the blow-ups. Huge yard display of them. People come and drive there and walk by them and look at them. They'll do some for Christmas too. Maybe a couple Thanksgiving ones, but Halloween is the big show. So it's always fun. We like to walk down there with the grandkids and walk by them and look at them. So fun. We want to make sure this guy is nice and dry because we're going to lay a transfer over it to do the background. are so far. Pretty plain. Now it's time to jazz it up a little bit. I'm gonna jazz it up just a smidgen. Let's get this on the level. All right. I'm gonna get this out of the way so I don't knock that over. This transfer's bigger than. Okay. We are going to use, and I've been trying to figure out what I want to use this on. ICAT pattern. ICAT. I-K-A-T. One word. ICAT. I think this is a pattern like from the 60s, 70s. I feel like it's from 60s and 70s kind of groove, right? I don't know. It's got a lot of, like, let me get the glare off of it. All right. Look at the, it's like, it's not perfect even. It's like these little jaggedy edges. So it's kind of cool, right? So we're going to lay this over it. And we're going to put it in the background. I'm not going to chalk it on the black. So I'll skip anything that's black. I want to go around it, including the crow and this. So it'll be up here and then behind the crow, basically. And we're going to do it in Storm with a hint of shimmer gold and shimmer green. Almost like the marbling idea I did on that pumpkin. Kind of like. So we'll see what it turns out. Of course, I've never used this transfer. I have no idea what it's going to look like when we get done. I'm just hoping it's going to be cool. We'll soon find out. I'm going to lay it upside down here and no, I don't think I need to fuzz it. I'm just going to lay it on there. Make sure I get all of it on. Oop. Okay. So something like this. So I'm going to take my shimmer spruce. And my shimmer gold. This is an old shimmer gold and it's just getting pretty thick. So I'm gonna thin it up a little bit with some water. Okay. Got a little bit of blue in my green. I think that was from when I did that gnome. Kind of contaminated it a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to get Storm ready. So I think it could be kind of a scary color palette. A little bit witchy. Okay, so I'm not doing it here. I'm not doing on top of the crow. I'm going to go around the crow and then up in here. And I'm going to take the shimmers first. Let me pull this down so you can see. I think you can see. Let's pull this down a little bit. See if that helps. There we go. All right, and I'm kind of going to vein it, kind of like I did the marble effect. I'm going to like put streaks of this green and gold in here. And then I'll do the gray around that and then kind of skim it down the best you can. So just like crazy line of it, except for on top of the black. I don't want to go on top of the black. Okay, so could have put a piece of tape over that black. That would kind of keep me from going over it. Okay, now I'm going to do the gold. Same idea. And we'll do some over here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Oops, I didn't mean to dip in the, dipped in the green. Okay, now I'm going to take my gray storm and kind of fill in around it. And the cool thing about shimmers is that they take longer to dry anyway. I'm working with old paste here, so I gotta work kind of quickly with this gray. And even if I don't get all of it covered, like even if some of the wood shows up under it, I'm okay with that. I think it'll just give it kind of more of a worn look. Plus I love that wood tone anyway. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of pick up some of that gray storm if I have anything kind of thick on here. Okay, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Pick it up like that. Now we're going to peel that back so you can get a look at it there. Okay. I might just try to dry it a smidgen. I'm gonna place some of that tape on this guy. Well, it just works a little bit easier if I have tape on that. Okay. Okay, now I'm just gonna lay this back on top of it. Close enough anyway, like that. And we'll finish off going around the crow. Same idea. This time I don't have to worry about getting on the black, which is kind of nice. Nose is running. Nose is running. Okay, and get some gold in here. Next to the green. Trying to get up close to the crow. Okay, now I'm going to fill in some gray, and I'm probably going to have to use a small tool to go around the, a multi-tool to go around the bird a little bit better. We'll see. I'm going to take a tip of my multi-tool and go right around the bird's, the crow's legs and body. Okay, I think we're done. Peel it all up. You guys need to take this to the sink. Getting a little caught up. Lay this flat. Oh. There we go. Okay. I'll wash that later. Okay. All right, we're gonna dry this. like it? Yeah. Give me some hearts if you like it. Get this nice and dry. The crow. He's a pretty good looking crow. Now I went over some of the blackness of the crow, some of the black areas, so you can always like lay your crow back on top and chalk it again just to make it nice and crisp. Let me show you what I mean. Like there's a little bit of chalk on his tail and on his feet, maybe up here on his back of his head. So I'm just going to lay it over and chalk right on top of it again, just to make him nice and sharp. So I'm just going to line him up, just like he was before. And go back over with that shadow, shimmer shadow, and that way he'll be back to his full size with all his tail feathers and all his feet. Just go over the whole thing. Don't just try to do the parts that are covered up, because you're going to be able to tell that. So go over his whole body. There. Now he looks really sharp. Okay. See, now he looks really good, right? So just go over it again. And dry it, and we're going to put beware. Figure out a way to hang it. I'm going to try to use this piece of plastic chain. You could almost do the same thing with if you went over, like I should have put tape on this and a little bit of the paint went over, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. But you could even tape off this again and paint over this, but it's not too bad. I mean, I didn't do horrible, but if it was bugging you, I think it's fine just the way it is. Whoop. Okay. Okay, so now we're ready for beware. I'm going to lay this on top of my crow, just in case it's not quite cured and I don't want that transfer picking that up. And here's another trick. I'm going to see exactly where the middle of this is. So I'm going to line up my ends of my letters, the B and the E, just like right there. And and pinch it. That'll show me the center of the word beware. Right here's my crease. So I just made sure the longest end to the longest tip, fold it in half, and then I found my middle. Just kind of helps me line this up with that hole. Right in there. I can't see my border. Somewhere in here. Okay. I also want to make sure it's level. I'm trying to see the black behind it. I think it looks pretty level. You might be able to get assistance from your grid on here if you had it lined up. It did look like it was crooked, so there. That helps. I need to pull it down a little bit. Right in here. And I didn't really want to do white. Your first instinct would be to put white on that. But I kind of think, would you really want to warn as a witch, would you really want to warn someone beware? Like with bright white? Probably not. So I actually pulled out some camel, which is the same color as the background. So it'll look like the word is cut out of this black, because you're going to have this color with the camel coming through. You could do something like that. I'm also thinking of blending caramel with a lighter color coming in the middle, just to give it a little bit of depth. So maybe like Dune in the middle, and caramel, blending into caramel top and bottom. So let's say, I'm just gonna put some Dune across here. It's on there kind of thick. I'm going to take my camel and go on the top, which is, this is pretty thick. And we'll do it down here. And we're going to blend. Taking a second finger and doing the top. Now I'm going to skim it down. I'm going over it again because it has like a definite line between camel and Dune. So if I blend it again, I'm making that just a little bit softer. There we go. All right, so let's peel this up. You can see how it's blended. Ooh, that looks cool. You can still have the brightness of that dune, you know, giving you the attention, but yeah, that turned out pretty cool. Pretty cool. I got lots of paste on my fingers to get rid of. That's almost my last wipe. I got another container over there. Doesn't that look cool? Did you give me some hearts? Some wows? Woo! Alright, cleaning myself up here a little bit. It's not quite so chalky. Let's give that a dry before I touch it and ruin it. You meant love? You can re-hit and it'll change your symbol. Pretty cool. It kind of looks like the black is laser cut and you can see through it to the board. It's pretty cool. Right? And that green and gray just gives it another color. I got a little gold shimmer in there. Just making it kind of cool. Let's, I kind of wanted to use some of this plastic chain I got up in my, I don't think I'll need all of it, but a chunk of it in my tie on. But I'm going to take a piece of my big wide twine like I did on my other ones. And so this is about, right where you want it. So this is about 24 inches. And I'm going to fold it in half and again just knot it. Let's see what we can do. You want it to be left kind of a chunky knot so it doesn't go through the hole. And we're just going to put it through here. And that's how we're going to hang it. But I was trying to figure out how I can get some of these bead or chain in here. Just droop it a little bit. But I'll probably have to cut some of it off. I don't need all of it. I don't want it covering up because gravity is going to make it hang right in front. So if I cut off like right in here, oh, you don't have to cut it. It's open. Pop it off. There we go. I can just hang it there like that. Keep it simple. You can even, these have an opening in the link, so you can even link it on there if you wanted to. But that just made it where it still comes in front, but it's still kind of cute, cool, kind of cool. Beware. messing with it. I don't know. I'm going to bring this down. Oh, you get the idea. I'm going to figure out how I want to hang it, but there it is. I think it's cool just hanging down a little bit in front of the word, or should I bunch it up like this? I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if that won't work. Anyway, like instead of a bow, I just got a chunk of chain right there, but it turned out pretty cool. Doesn't that light right in here really grab your attention? Like, woo, beware. Cool, simple. You know, you don't need a lot of stuff on this. It's pretty cool how it is. Yeah, fun. I got this chain, I don't know, a year or two ago, like at Dollar Tree. It's just plastic. So, all right, guys. Well, that's my project for today. You could probably even hang it with a chain, but it's just plastic. I think it's kind of cool, just being my bow, basically. Yeah. So, okay. For a newbie, black chalk can be so unforgiving. Yes. A, make sure you wax underneath your surface. That way you can get it off easier. And just be careful. Just be careful. Okay, what else? Could you use a chain to hang it? Yeah, you could. And yeah, definitely could use it. But also, I want to be able, I mean, you can still take it off, but I like to make these where I can just pop this off and then change it, because I'm going to do Thanksgiving or just fall in general on this side. So we can just take this off and turn it over and have the fall side. So I still want to have this hanger on it for the customer, so they can just pop this off and flip it over. And we'll do a fall greeting on this side and a Halloween greeting on this side. So pretty cool. Okay. Anything else? Looks awesome. Looks awesome. Not sure I have any more questions. I don't think so. I have to scroll through all these. So-and-so's watching, and then I can't see the questions. Could you cover crow to keep the paste off? It's not worth covering it. Just chalk back over it like I did. That way it's no big deal. And you could have, like, that's why I don't like to, like, I could have just done the pattern and then put the crow on top, but I don't like seeing that layer, or you don't see it, but you can see the layering underneath something, so that's why I like to go around it, and then I can just chalk on top if I get some, like I did. That way I'm not seeing that pattern through the crow. That's why I go around it. I call it reverse transferring. So you do your top layer first, and then your background goes around it. And that way you're not seeing that layering of that pattern through the crow. Even though the crow is black, you're going to see the rise of the pattern underneath. So that's why I go around it. And then if it's not done perfectly, just lay it back down and go over it again. And you're going to have a nice crisp crow in front of your background, and you're not going to see the layering of that background in your crows or whatever's on top. So that's why I do it that way. Okay. Anything else? That makes sense to interchange it. Yes. Okay. Love the light effect on the blue, right? It kind of just grabs your attention. Okay. All right, very good. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll chalk with you next week. And yeah, that's it. Chalk with you later. Bye.